Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the 505 podcast. Wow, all of us back in an apartment. This is the weirdest thing ever. It's been 19 weeks. We are finally back.
19 weeks.
Thank God. And
it's full pregnancy since we've been
literally,
in here.
trimester. The boys are back in town, and it feels great to be here. I'm so excited, and we've all been working on some really cool stuff. Yeah. Where were you? Where were you at?
What have you been doing?
I finished the creatorcoach.com. It's done.
Shit.
It is done.
Snaps. We're a Snaps
took
podcast.
a year of my life to create this beast of a thing, and I'm like the most proud of this piece that I've done.
And you've been staying up, dude. You snapped me the sunrise this morning.
Super sketch last night.
Yeah, that's really
maybe the sketchiest night you've had in a while.
No, I don't think
Did you hear him scampering and shit?
I
wasn't walking around a lot last night. Honestly, I was just glued to the couch, and then I'd go to sleep for like 30 minutes, and I'd wake up and be like, "Oh shit, I got to get this done."
Dude, I can't remember if we told this, but I'll never forget when I took a piss like 3 a.m. and I just Brayden like fucking scrams out of the kitchen. I was like, "What the fuck is he doing?" He was like, "Yeah, I was sketching by an hours, and I just like didn't want you to think I was freaky." So he wanted you to think I was a fucking psychopath. So I skirted in my room really quick. I was like, "Sup, dude?" And you're like,
dude, I never come out here like late at night.
Yeah, dude, because you got your own fucking bathroom.
True.
That's super fair. Yeah, but the sunrise was super pretty. Got a cute little time lapse, and
yeah, because we face east, huh?
Yeah, we faced the east, so it was really nice. But I was at Summer League for 3 weeks. I've been gone. Went to SF for like 6 days,
Fun.
and then with the California Classic, we played the Warriors, the Kings, and somebody else, and the Clippers. And then we went to Vegas for 2.5 weeks. So finally we're back. Shot a lot of basketball. Tons of freaking basketball.
Summer League. Do you see all the players like at the hotel all the time?
Yeah. So like this was crazy. I remember we went to the game and. Get into the game, and like our big players aren't there from like the big team, right? But they do come and show support. So like Braun pulled up, Taylor Horton Tucker pulled up, and it's funny though because like when they get there, the crowd just freaks out for the Lakers. It's like insane. It was nuts. It's actually insane because it was like quiet as hell. And then I'm sitting there and I see everyone in the stands with their phone out. And I go, what is going on? Like, what is happening? Everybody stood up. The whole entire arena, it was completely packed. LeBron walked through the door.
That's all it takes.
All it takes, dude. He literally walked in and everyone screamed. And I was like, what is going on?
LeBron on a basketball court. Crazy.
Yeah, and he was just walking and just went to his seat. And everyone's like, oh my God, it's LeBron James. And yeah, they just kicked it for a few quarters and they dipped. And then he went to practice that we had. He was like working out before, just getting some off-season work. But
that's crazy.
It's also crazy because he can't hide. Like he's so big. Like he walks in a room, know it's him.
Yeah, you got a mustache on. You still know.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of, you were in Vegas this past weekend when I was. Did you at all hear about like the active shooter?
Bro, my other
this was crazy.
Insane. So my boy from the Lakers had flew in on Saturday and he's like, I just want to kick it. I'm going to the Chelsea game. So he's at the Chelsea game. We get back from the game. We had a late game 7 to 9. It was like 10 when we got back. As soon as I got up, I look outside. I just see hundreds of people sprinting down the strip. And I'm like,
holy shit.
And I'm
really?
like, yo, what? I couldn't even put it together. I didn't even process like what the fuck's going on. And then I see police choppers. I go, oh my God. I go, there's no way. He texts me. He goes, yo, bro, active shooter at the MGM. I'm like, you're staying at the MGM, bro. Where are you at? He goes, we just booked it back from the game. We're at our hotel. We're all safe. And I go, oh my God. Like, okay, thank God you're safe. But like, what's the deal? And then we're getting a text in our group chat, in our Lakers group chat from the security guys. And he goes, yo, there's potentially an active shooter at MGM. Like everybody get your ass back in the hotel. So we're like, what is going on? And we're all just, it was done. So like people were just going to kick it. They're going to maybe have a drink at the bar, like whatever. And then when we look outside, there's got to be 20 cop cars around the Vidara, 20 around the Aria. There's like 30 on the strip, but they can't go because there's just a stampede of people.
And on Twitter, like people were saying like active shooter MGM, active shooter Cosmo, MGM. Like nobody knew where it was coming.
Yeah, exactly. And then people were just running.
So it's just chaos, probably.
Complete chaos. Yeah. And I had a great view of everything from my hotel room. So I could just see all these choppers going around and they have a spotlight looking for nobody.
Yeah.
It ended up being someone threw a rock at the MGM, the main door, and it just cracked the door and shattered that glass. And then
people thought it was a
gunshot.
I mean, rightfully
so, dude.
so,
Yeah, rightfully
dude.
so right now. It's insane.
But we literally we're getting on a jet to go to Vegas, and we get but we get a text being like, because we were coming from Montana, and they get a text like, oh, like potential active shooter, and we're like, do we go to Vegas right now? Like, is the show canceled? What do we do? And it ended up being that we flew, and it ended up being a false alarm, and they still did the show, but crazy.
Fucking hell.
Kostas didn't even text me.
Yeah, didn't even. You guys were just in the same place.
I totally spaced.
Unbelievable.
I should have had Brayden come to the show. My friend Harrison came, and he got blacked out.
Nice.
Goes to one.
Harrison's a big boy too. He probably had a lot of drinks.
Lots of drinks.
People just aren't used. He was like, dude, once in a lifetime opportunity. I get to be in the DJ booth. Like, let's fucking go. Like, let's send it.
I mean, I get it. I probably black out too.
That's
now I
funny,
think about
dude.
it.
That's hilarious.
That's sick.
But overall, Summer League was good.
Overall, it was really good, and I felt like, dude, it's been a minute since. No, it hasn't actually since I shot basketball. I was like, it's been like a week. It had been like 3 or 4 days. Yeah, but it was
shot like filmed or shot like
it was nice.
Or were you getting some shots?
Yeah, literally, dude. It was nice because I felt like, I tried something different. When I was on the baseline, I was like, dude, I'm going to shoot at 85 from the baseline and I'm going to pull.
So bold.
The whole time, dude. And I was ripping at 85.
What f-stop can you shoot at? Like
I was at 4 and I was crispy,
I would
dude.
do like 22.
I was ripping it and I was landing.
Oh, F4, so like everything's in focus always.
Just completely. It's really shallow at 85.
Kostas is like 1.2 or die kind of guy.
Dude,
I'll put that 8 mil on. I'll just rip F22 and roll, dude.
Just go for it.
Yeah.
Everything's in focus. But that was fun. And we made a lot of TikToks and that was fun. Yeah, we
Great
got
your talks were kind of going on.
My talks were firing over the break, and they put us up in this like insane hotel room, dude. It was an apartment.
Looks sick.
It was literally an apartment.
With a hotel?
Vidara, so it was right across from Aria, and they had we had a kitchen in there. We had a huge bed.
I had never even heard of that hotel. Vidara?
Yeah, apparently it was an apartment building, and then Aria bought it.
It's like that off that menu shit.
Yeah, and then you get like a little hotel situation. We get the mini fridge. We had it was great. So yeah, it was fun. I'm happy to be back though, and ready to get back with the boys, dude. I'm ready for the pod again.
Yeah, dude.
Feels good.
Feels good.
Yeah.
What you been up to, Chase?
Oh, thanks, guys. I was gonna butt in, but I appreciate you asking. I had a big shoot in Seattle, which was cool. It was a 5-day running footage shoot. So basically, running footage is like all these car brands just need footage of their cars driving, people using their cars, and then they cut them into commercials, or they just use them for dealership videos. But I mean, I don't know if I'm supposed to share the budget, but it was large. It was like a house in LA, the big house in LA, large.
You know what they say?
What?
When you're large, you're large.
When you're large, you're large. Exactly. And a lot of people were large there. It was fucking sick though. I was directing second unit, which is something I haven't really done before. And I had a gaffer and a grip and wardrobe, makeup, talent, an AD. ADs are sick, dude. Shout out Reggie. You fucking rock, man.
What is an AD?
Assistant director. So he basically organized time every 30 minutes. I'm like, Reggie, how much time do we have to get this shot? He's like, Chase, you have 22 minutes to get this shot. And I'm like, that's sick. And then he's like, what do you want for it? What do you want? Props? I'll go talk to the props guy. He's like, which talent do you want, et cetera, et cetera. And then dude, it was like wardrobe people would be like, red or blue? And I'd be like, blue. Like shit like that the whole weekend. It was really intense. It was just for social, but dude, they put so much money into social shit nowadays. It was really cool. We shot 5 total TikToks and then 10 clips. And then I also did some photography. But the sickest thing was we would have the A unit director, this guy named Pascal, who is just a badass. He's kind of a legend in the car directing commercial world. I got dinner with him 3 times, with a team, but him and I are talking. He's telling me about this show. I kind of connected with my girlfriend who does development for shows and movies. So then they've been talking, and now him and I are going to get drinks. I'm really excited because he was like, thanks so much for setting it up. I don't have, he's like, I can tell you you've kind of developed style. I would love to talk to you about stuff. And I was like, dude, I was freaking. I'm so nervous to get drinks to this guy.
Wait, he's the director.
He was the director of this, and dude, he makes so much money.
He was the director, or
the director.
This is not the AD.
No, this is the director, Pascal. He is the director of the A unit. So he's
head rock.
He's head rock of the whole thing. People look when he walks by kind of thing. He's so talented and
So you're getting drinks with him?
I'm getting drinks with him. Yeah,
beast.
he emailed me this morning and I was freaking out.
Way.
I was so nervous to even respond. But he was such a nice dude and
because he likes your style.
He said, he's like, I looked at your website because it was in my email.
Nice.
And he said, I looked at your website and I said, I like what you do. He's like, you got a nice style. He's like, I don't know how much I'll be able to teach you. He's German as fuck, which is cool. But he's like, I have a lot of wisdom and advice that I've learned, like how to break in. And I was like, holy shit, dude.
So he was kind of just offering it up to you.
Well, because I helped him out get this. I'm trying to get a show made with Lane's production company. So it's a little scratch back, kind of thing. And his show looked cool. I mean, I don't know how much I can say. I probably can't say anything. But that was really cool. So I'm really excited about that. But I was like also really nervous. Also, dude, fucking exhausting. 2 things. 12-hour days is too long. It hurts. It's just thinking the whole time and you're making decisions and you're telling people what to do. Fucking too long. But craft services fucking ripped dude. The best crafty guy I've ever had. And you can tell that he's just passionate about his job. Because he just sits behind the craft table all day.
What's a craft table?
So craft table, you get like snacks, you have drinks, you have like sodas, you have like all the different kind of snacks you've ever seen.
Let them know about them snacks.
Yeah. And then you usually like order. Like sometimes you just get to walk up. A lot of time there's a craft guy and you get to order like what you want. You like look at it. And I was like, I kind of want a drink and I didn't really know what I wanted. I was just talking to him, like chatting him up. And he's like, dude, I got some stuff that you wouldn't believe. He's like Sunset Dream. He's like, that's what I call it. He's like Sunkissed, half and half. Sunset Dream. And I'm like, I don't know if I want that. He goes, root beer float. I'm like, oh, you got root beer float? He goes, root beer, half and half. And I'm like, well, I don't know if I need that. He had like all of these weird concoctions. He had like half Sunkissed, half Sprite. He had a name for it.
Oh my God.
Because he gets bored probably.
Yeah,
and he just concocts drinks.
12-hour days.
Yeah. God, it was funny though. But I would also like take tons of shit at the end of the day so that I could go to my hotel room and just pound snacks.
Yeah,
totally.
That's the way to do it. That's what we did on Lakers team plane, dude. When we left that plane, I was like,
you got it.
The little flight attendant gal, she was like, please take these jerky. And I was like, put this in my backpack, please. So nobody thinks I'm just nuts. And she just gave me like so many snacks.
I just had a disgusting amount of snacks in my hotel room. Because I get home, I just want to like watch Seinfeld and eat snacks,
Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay, 2 things. One, as far as snacks, it's a really funny story that I don't think I've actually told you guys. So one time we were taking a jet, and the cool thing about taking a jet is that you can like bring food on. And so we were all pretty hungry. So Andrew Postmated some Taco Bell, a party pack.
Nice.
But it like we had to, because we thought we had more time than we did because they were fixing something with the plane. Anyways.
What did he Postmate to, like the tarmac or something?
To Atlantic Air?
No, to the place where they have the jets.
Okay.
Whatever.
We're in LA.
No, we were in, I forget what city.
Okay.
Classic.
Okay. Got
Dude,
it.
Actually, no. We were
Classic for getting the jets.
We were Long
Classic
Beach.
tour thing. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah.
We were Long Beach going to Vegas,
Okay,
and we were
okay.
just like a quick thing. We were trying to get some fucking food, so we ordered a party pack. So the guy comes, but we didn't have enough time, so we could Andrew was trying to like tell him to go to one entrance, but he went to like another, and he was like telling him like maybe throw over the food, and he's like just didn't work, so we had to get on the plane whatever we went. And so Andrew messages him on Postmates. He's like, enjoy the party pack, brother. And he's like, no, can do, brother. This halal. Like,
Dude, I was picturing like the plane's taking off and this Taco
this
Bell
guy-
guy's
this
like
guy's
driving
just
next
running.
to the he's driving next to the plane, like throwing you guys shit. Fuck, that's so funny, dude.
Yeah.
So would the Taco Bell guy just drive onto the tarmac? Like ideally?
No. Keon's just
All right. Our intern got sweet cream.
they're in my room if you want to join them.
Ken, you can say hi. You can say hi if you want.
Say hi on the pod. Say hi to the pod.
Let's get rocks.
Yeah.
There you go.
Keon's been chefing up the 505 clips.
That's
He's
the
been,
boy.
He's
Keon's
been
an animal.
absolutely dominating the pod clips and just
You know how
eating.
like a little snowball and it's like a small little snowball rock and then it goes down the hill and becomes a bigger
Dude,
rock?
Keon was the
Keon's
first one.
becoming a big rock,
He's the
dude.
first one that took the course.
Oh, how did he like it?
He loved it, dude.
Keon, did you learn stuff?
I watched Keon crank today on Premiere doing a pod clip. The kid did it in like 3 minutes.
Because you watched the
He's
course?
getting good.
And Keon couldn't even open Premiere like a few months ago. So that's just,
Right.
that should just show you what the course.
The course
is
can
doing.
do. The course can do
The
stuff.
course is eating. But I mean, I'm genuinely just so happy to be back with you three. What's up? What are you gonna say?
Keon was like dragging sequences onto timeline.
Oh,
Bro.
dude, it was weird. There was
Keon was doing
weird
some
colors in the
wild
sequences.
shit when he was starting out.
Oh, yeah.
I remember Keon sent me a video one time and was like the whole entire sequence was red, and he goes, "Didn't do anything. I just opened it." And I was like, "What the fuck?" But we've got Keon straightened out, and he's a beast now. Dude.
Long story short, man, if you take B-Figgy's
Yeah,
course,
take the
you're
course.
gonna become a fucking beast. Go from
become a
small rock to big rock.
Big rock.
There's literally not a better investment than I can think of.
Yeah.
Especially now that Bitcoin's in the shit. Seriously. Serious.
Might be as good of an
this
investment
is-
as getting into Bitcoin in 2013.
Yeah.
I'm just letting
Seriously,
you know.
That's what
invest in
some are
yourself,
saying.
dude.
That's what
Invest
some
in
are
yourself.
saying.
I did have a question though, because you were talking about how your Seattle shoot was for social only.
Mm-hmm.
Was it shot vertically?
So yes, I am a big proponent of if it's going to be vertical, and I double check with client, this will only be fucking be vertical. They said vertical and maybe square. Then I shoot vertically because you just get better resolution, right? Because if it's if you shoot horizontally and then you crop in what, twice the size, so then it's really only 1080. You're really only shooting in 1080 then. So I'm shooting vertical, then I'm getting that 4K. I just think it looks way fucking better.
Dude, we did this one time, 4K vertical, and then they were like, looks too good.
Yeah.
I've never had this happen before.
Crown Royal told us it looked too good.
They were like, this is too good.
So only do it if they want it to look good. Okay? If they don't want it to look good, shoot it horizontally.
Do it. Wait, you said your shoot.
Was crazy.
Yeah, insane. But tell us about when you were at your show. I remember you talked to me about different social people, different content creators. What are they doing that was different?
Dude, they're all question. Like, I'm seeing so many more kids shoot video fucking vertically at these shows. And
opinion.
I get it. Okay, so I was talking to this one dude, and he literally had his Ronin set up, and he had the camera set up vertical.
I do that with the C70 because it's got that quarter 20 inside. Anyways,
and I had to go up to him because I was so interested. I was like, man, I haven't really seen this before in a club. One, kind of bold to bring a Ronin into a club.
Yeah.
But two, like shooting vertically specific. And he was like not hyped on it. He was like, yeah, the club is making me shoot vertically specific because I'm assuming he's making like a recap video, which is probably going to be turned into either a TikTok or a reel. And he's like, dude, it just all looks so much better like horizontally, which is so true. Especially like, I think it's hard to make something look grand vertically.
Totally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You just don't have space.
Yeah.
Well, you only, dude, think about it. You have one of the thirds. That's it.
But we gotta adapt, right?
No, for sure.
And
yeah, 100%.
Here's what I'll argue. You have the same amount of pixels, right? It's just vertical, right? And most of our fucking world is horizontal, so it looks better on a horizontal frame. But I've seen a couple instances, and I don't know if I've pulled it off yet, where you can get real crafty, where you got 1/3 is like shadow, 1/3 is like the main thing, and then the other third is like the sky. That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
On the top, like bottom and top. It's just, if it's going to be vertical, I just feel like it looks better. But don't get me wrong, I am morally opposed to vertical video all the time. It fucking sucks.
It's just weird. What about the gram? Have you guys been on Instagram lately? Instagram sucks now, dude.
They
ruined it.
When people send me memes, they're reels.
Yeah, they're reels.
But it's just text and then nothing happens. But it's just because reels eat. It's disgusting, dude. It makes me angry.
It's insane. Instagram is like, I literally went on it last week and they had given me a new, because like I always get weird beta like test updates or whatever.
It's no big deal.
No, yeah. So then I looked at it and I was like, wait, what the hell? When I went on, there was no 4x5. So 4x5 is not a thing anymore. I don't see 4x5 anymore. It's only reels. So if you post a video, that's like not even an option to post just a 2 to 3 minute video. Not a thing. Reel. It's a reel now.
Yeah, it's weird, dude.
Another thing I noticed is, so you can choose like in the top left-hand corner, you can go to click it and differentiate your feed to being only the people you follow. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll just switch it to that. But then you don't get stories.
Yeah.
So it's like you either have like the main feed where you're getting like barely any of the people that you follow's content. You're also getting like, oh, because you liked this person's stuff, you should check out this. People that you don't even follow. Half the time I'm looking at content, I'm like, oh, this is sick. I'm liking it. I'm like, it's like not even a buddy of mine who shot this. It's just like a random account.
Yeah.
And then, you go to the home option page where it's just people you're following, but then you can't see stories. I'm like, well, what's the point of that? I want, like, if I'm going to have the option of changing my home feed, like, give me the full experience with like the stories and everything.
Instagram still has stories and that's about it, huh?
Stories is, and I like stories.
Stories
are some of my favorite. I think that's like kept me on the gram. I haven't posted a regular post in so long. I just don't give a shit about it.
Not to totally derail, but do you think TikTok stories will eventually overtake Instagram stories?
No, because I think I think that like I'm going on that app to just like get hit with random like act. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I did see though that TikTok incorporated the ability to like post photos as like carousels.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is interesting because, it's
so funny that they're just becoming each other.
Yeah. Well, they're just trying. Yeah, I don't know.
So this was really interesting. And this is something that you haven't done on Instagram. And I kind of really liked it on TikTok. You know how you were saying when you make a treatment, send a playlist?
Yep.
So on TikTok, when you're posting the photos, you're listening to a song. So I'm like, that's really interesting.
Nice.
You choose a song that goes along with the vibe of your photos. Nice. It adds another like element.
Good. TikTok's gonna win.
Yeah, they're gonna win this battle.
They're just better at it.
No, they're better at the algorithm. They're better at every single portion of it. It's also interesting though because there's a culture on TikTok and there's not one on Reels.
No, not at all.
So like if there's a trend going on, it's like, oh, I know that trend. I know, like, you know what I'm saying? And then that's not happening on Reels, so it's
people aren't
weird.
like quoting it.
No.
Like all right, take it easy. No one says that for Reels, dude. That's a TikTok thing.
Exactly.
The thing is,
That was like a year ago.
I'm pretty sure we've talked about this on the pod before, but like the reason why Instagram won with stories from Snapchat is because Instagram did stories better than Snapchat did stories. Totally. But Instagram's not doing Reels better than TikTok is doing TikTok.
Did you guys see one more thing on this? Do you see that Instagram's putting in a Patreon? They're putting up a paywall now. So Instagram is adding an integration as of a few days ago that is going to be, I can't remember what the name of it is specifically, but for example, if I was with Kostas G, go to your profile, it would have an option for $9.99 a month for exclusive stories, exclusive content, things like that. And I'm in your little club and I get something. And I was like, that's not the winner though for me, dude. Mm-hmm. That's not gonna win, I don't think.
I don't think you can take a platform that started off as free.
Yep, totally.
And then have someone decide to pay for it.
That's never gonna work.
It has to be, you have to pay for it from the start.
Yeah, OG, right? Yeah.
Which is why Patreon works as Patreon, because you know what you're getting into.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It's really interesting though. And I feel like there's going to be another app though. And that's the interesting thing for like everybody listening. You got to just be able to adapt with this. And there's going to be another TikTok. There's going to be a totally different one in like 3 or 4 years. There's going to be something that comes up that like all of our attention goes to. Like Clubhouse was hot for like 4 days.
Yeah.
And then it was gone, you know? So you just have to be able to adapt and like see what's hot and then like, okay, fine, try it out and go. You always want to be down to adopt, not, you know?
During the pandemic, me and Brayden was so on the wave of Clubhouse. He was like,
I thought it was,
really?
Dude, it was,
like,
bro. Yeah, it was crazy.
He's like, this is the wave. And then like literally a week later, he's like, nah, fuck that.
I'm an adopter, baby. Do
people still Clubhouse?
Yeah, but it's just not. It's dead.
Okay, anyways, so you're on the shoot. People are shooting social. Any other insights? So you shoot video horizontally. Mm-hmm. And then where does that video end up usually?
Bro, it's actually ridiculous because most of the content that I shoot for them, I send to them and just never sees the light of day.
Really?
And I don't know why. Like my deliverables to them are like, you know, let's say I give them like anywhere from 20 to 30 like edited photos from each show, and then I'll give them like 10 raw video clips of like songs that they're performing, and like sometimes rarely ever will they post like a carousel of like videos of like mashups and stuff like that. But a lot of it is just like iPhone videos for like Instagram stories or TikToks, which they'll tell me which songs that they want.
You shoot those as well on just like your phone?
And then just photos and video. I don't know. It's interesting shooting these shows because my natural reaction is like, okay, shoot some of them performing, shoot it from different angles, go into the crowd, get the crowd's reaction, like shoot as if you're making a recap video type of thing. And I don't know. I also don't know. I don't love having to switch back and forth between photo and video.
Yeah, it sucks.
Like in Vegas this past weekend, this kid had a 51.2 Sony.
Sharp as fuck.
And he was like, dude, you want to try it out? And I was like, yeah, you want to try my 12-24? He's like, yeah, I've never tried it out. So we like swapped lenses real quick. And dude, the only reason I bring this up is because like my lenses that I have in my kit are specifically zoom lenses because it's like I have a limited amount of space. Right. I need lenses to work both for photo video. If I was just photo, I feel like I could maybe get a little bit creative with some primes. And man, this like, it's crazy what like 2.8, 1.2 aperture versus 2.8.
Oh yeah.
Huge difference. And it was clean. We've talked about this. I don't like love the 50 mil like focal length. I feel like it's kind of this weird in between, like either give me 35 or 85, I feel like. But I think it's because it was a prime. I was like, this is butter.
Sharp as a tack.
And it was just different. It was like, oh, this looks like better.
Yeah. 1.2 goes crazy.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk more about it?
Yes.
DJ life?
So as you guys know, the pod has kind of taken a little bit of a hit because we've all been like super busy, and like personally the last 6 weeks since the start of June, like I don't know if I've ever been as busy as I have been like in my professional career. It's been crazy. Like
blessing and a curse.
100%, dude. Blessing and a curse. Like if you had told me a year ago that I would be doing what I'm doing now, like I wouldn't believe you. And honestly, I'd be like, dude, I'd give anything to be in this position. And it also happened where like a bunch of projects kind of came in at once, and the way it just like worked out was like I had a bunch of deadlines due around the same time and trying to balance a bunch of different like freelance work on top of like traveling every weekend. And it just got a lot, and I became like very stressed, very anxious. I feel like I felt like a little bit of a shell of myself, and I didn't like it. I put my like health on like the back burner. We're back in the gym now, so you know, getting healthy.
Monarch over here.
But like, for example, like to start in June, I did a 6-day 5-city run with Loud Luxury, and from there then went straight into shooting a commercial for our production company for 4 days in 2 other cities. So I literally hit 7 cities in 10 days, and like, when I tell you I reached a level of exhaustion I had never felt and I don't ever want to feel again, like it was fucked. I literally was like, I have nothing left in the tank, and you just like, I had to just keep going because you don't have an option. Like, you're working, like you have to do it. Lately, because of how much I've been like traveling and stuff, I don't know if I'm like second guessing the tour life, but I just feel like I'm not as like passionate or excited about it. And it's for a few reasons. Like, one, it takes a huge toll on your fucking like mental health and physical health. Totally. I'm talking about like, I'm barely sleeping on these
Kostas
weekends.
needs his sleep.
You're sleep. You love to sleep.
And I mean, for example, like at the beginning of June, it was a run that was more intense than normal, but it's like they're on from like 1 to 3. You're getting like 2 hours of sleep. You're getting to the lobby for your lobby call. You get to the airport. You like maybe try to get some shut eye. But like, even when like they're sleeping, I have to like edit because I have to turn around content. So a lot of times it's like, even if there's off time where I could potentially be getting in a nap or like sleeping or trying to sleep, it's like, I got to stay up because I have to like turn around this content. And I would say those are like the 2 biggest like negatives as far as like being on tour, like traveling and being like a specific artist's like photographer, videographer. It's like, 1, very little sleep to specifically if you're shooting DJs, and 2, it's like the quick turnaround time. So like when other people are chilling, like you're fucking working.
Right.
For example, this past weekend, they had 2 shows in Chicago. One was for a festival and then an after party. And like everybody at the after party, they were on from 12 to 1:30. Then Tiesto went on. Everybody's like chilling in the green room, enjoying their time, drinking, watching the show or whatever. I'm literally on my laptop from like until we leave at like 4 a.m. Like, I'm fucking exhausted. I'm like editing. I know that I'm gonna like need to get them the content. So I stay up all the way literally until like 6 a.m., finish the content, send it to them, go to sleep from literally 6 a.m. to 7 because I had to like be in the lobby.
Fuck that.
And then it was a 45-minute drive to the airport. I'm like finishing up some other like edits, send them the rest of it. And I finished it because I wanted to get it done before like we got on the plane. I get on the plane, I pass out, but it's like, the sleep you get on the plane is
it's not
real sleep. It's like, call it in a quarter. It's like a quarter of a real hour.
It's so true. Whereas a nap, dude, like double it.
Yeah.
20 minutes a nap, that's like 40 minutes of real sleep.
Yeah, 100%.
Anyways.
So I kind of just want, like, I'm not coming at this from like knowing what I want to do. I still want to shoot for them. I just wanted to like talk to you guys about it. I also want to talk to you guys who are listening on the pod, because I'm sure a lot of you guys see either my content or like other photographers who shoot artists and concert stuff. It's like, it looks really cool. And it is really cool.
I get jealous when I look at it sometimes.
It's like, it's dope, but you have to understand that like, just because it looks really fucking cool on social media, like it's just the highlight reel. Like I'm just posting a few clips from the show, which are like, look sick. Another thing, the shows are relatively the same every time. So like the newness of like working with this like sick artist and like this DJ that I love, which like I still fucking love their music, but the newness and the coolness of it has like worn off. Like it has gone away from, I remember when I was first starting, I was like, man, I can't fucking believe I'm doing this shit. Like this is so fucking fun, so cool. It's like so new, to like now it really feels just like a job. So that's one thing. And then another thing is like, it's every single weekend.
Yeah.
You're working, man.
I'm working.
Working on a weekend, it's not that fun, dude. It kind of sucks.
And I'm doing like the coolest thing that you could do, right? Like technically I'm like partying or whatever, but part of me feels like I'm almost like missing out on certain things at home. And I also feel like my relationships that I care about have taken a hit because I'm like And maybe it's because so much had happened and like so much was on my plate that I felt like even when I was home, I had to like grind on work here
or
and
just,
like get shit done.
Sleep.
Yeah, you had so many. You had 97 things coming, dude. And that's the thing, though. That's gonna happen.
Yeah,
you know. I think like you've done a crazy job, in my opinion, in a positive way of like staying sane. Because like I know that you've like
I would have been
I know that you're like obviously really tired and exhausted and stuff, but like you're still you.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, you haven't like I would tell you if I thought it was detrimental to your health, and like obviously not sleeping isn't good for you, but you're still Kostas.
Yeah, actually, big ups for that, dude.
You know,
I would have been just a diva asshole if I was that tired.
You've still been nice to the rocks, and I think that's like important, and kudos to you. But like, dude, that is this job that we're in for like everybody is. Sometimes it fucking hits you, and you have 97 things to do that month, and you might want to. Is it ebbs and flows or ebbs and flows? What the fuck is that saying?
Evans and Flanagan.
Ebbs and flows. But you know, it's up and down,
Dungeons
dude. Sometimes you're going to get 97 jobs and it's going to be sick and then you're going to be really tired. And then the next month you might have shit.
Dude, it always, when it rains, it pours. It's such a bitch. And so, not to totally derail, but I was thinking about this lately. Sometimes it's important just because I feel like you get to a point where like, holy shit, people are going to pay me to make videos and people are pay me to take photos. That's crazy. And then it comes to a point where you got to start saying no. And I'm still like, I can't believe they're going to pay me to make this video. And I'm like, I don't have time to do that, or I don't want to do that. But it's like, sometimes it's important to know when to say no. And I really hope that if anyone's listening, though, you can take that into, because don't fucking kill yourself. It sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I was also dealing with a lot of guilt about feeling like this, because kind of like I touched on a little bit earlier, it's like, had you told me a year ago, you know, that I'd be touring with a DJ whose music I love, and I'd always wanted to get into music and never really thought I'd be doing this, right? It felt like almost not like unattainable, but like it almost like didn't feel like I was ever really going to be doing this. And it really is like a dream job. And so I'm like dealing with like, how dare I feel like these feelings when Kostas a year ago would have like died to be in this position. And I want to know what you guys think about that.
I have a take.
Go.
So I've talked to my brother, who I bring up all the time, extensively about this, because he got his dream job out of college. I can't remember if I talked about this. He had like the sickest job at Intuit. He was making just a stupid amount of money, didn't have to work that many hours. He was like, I should fucking love this job. And he hated it. And he hated his life. It was hard. It was really hard. He didn't like being there, didn't like who he worked with. It was extremely stressful for him. But he had this incredible job. He had his dream job, right? So he like didn't feel like he could quit. He worked for 7 years. He hated it the whole time. But because he was like, I should be so stoked on this, he couldn't get himself to quit. And then he finally did, which is crazy. And now he's doing a lot better. He's really happy. But like the shoulds, don't should on yourself. I tell you all the time, don't like, and maybe it's also for you, and I don't know where you're at, but like, maybe it's just like, hey, can't do that weekend. I need to, like, I love it. I love doing this. Yeah. But maybe not every weekend, because that's kind of insane.
Yeah. Or just finding, what has given you back your energy, you know?
Oh, beautiful.
So like looking at it and being like, okay, I really like when I get a massage, or like you've been working out. Congrats on that. That's sick. Like it's hard to fucking work out. It's like, it's a bitch to work out in the week and still do all of your work and be like, it's tough, dude.
Hard, dude.
It's
especially
tough,
when you're tired.
And those of you that have like kids and shit and you're still working out, dude, congratulations. That's beast. And I'd like that's crazy that's a thing, but you gotta just look at your week and write out that list of what it is that's giving you back a little bit of your energy and try and plug those things in. And if you have to, like he just said, you have a lot of people that hit you up to do stuff. Yeah. And it might be saying no to something that's going to pay you a nice bag, because it's like your mental health and your sleep. Yeah. And all that's more important.
What did good friend Sabel say, dude? Sabel blew my fucking mind. Everyone needs to go. I should go listen back to that podcast.
Yeah, it's a great pod.
But it's all about taking care of you, man. Because if you go off too far and you can't, and then you won't be able to make any money.
Yeah, really hard to get yourself back out of that weird hole. But I don't think you're in a weird hole.
No, I don't think you're in a hole either. I think you're just aware, and that's really good.
Yeah. I think what I also came to realize is like, I didn't have much balance, and I want to get back to that. And I think like, taking care of myself, working out is like a first step, or like okay, this is an example. I went to the gym and I got like my blood work done.
Attaboy.
For those of you guys who don't know, I'm creating content for this like really cool gym in West Hollywood, and it's like physician, physical training, personal training, the whole 9 yards, and like they're giving me a free membership to this gym in order to like create content with them.
East of the 405.
Yeah, but it's fucking WeHo, baby. It's bougie. It's worth it. I got my blood work drawn, and I went over it actually today, and my vitamin D is down.
Oh, dude, you gotta
have vitamin. I take vitamin D every day.
Me too.
So I'm gonna start getting.
You gotta do it. It's a big thing with men.
Story
yeah.
And I'm realizing I'm like, okay, there's days where like I don't leave the house, and then like on the weekends when I'm traveling with the DJs, it's like we're on planes during the day, and then like in hotels, and it's like really the only time you're getting out of the house or the hotel is going to the shows.
Right.
So it's like, you know, making a conscious effort to like go on a 30-minute walk.
Yeah.
Get outside every day.
Move
like,
the body.
Also, dude, literally take vitamin D. Everyone should take it.
Yeah.
I ordered some today.
Yeah,
he like gave. He was like, "Yo, get these.
Get like the good shit."
Yeah,
Seriously.
he gave me some fancy
It like changed
shit.
my life.
Yeah,
yeah.
So, yeah, but like, I don't know. It's just the traveling every weekend thing. It's no joke. And for those of you guys who are like wanting to get into the concert life, take that into consideration, because it's kind of something that I didn't think was gonna bother me a whole lot. I was like, fuck yeah, I get to shoot every single weekend. Like, let's go. And then you're like, oh, it's every weekend.
Right.
Like, oh, I don't get time.
You've been to the beach, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not really.
No,
I've been surfing once this year.
Yeah.
And like, I haven't like, that's another thing. It's like, I'll look on Instagram stories and it's like the FOMO. I'm like, I'm getting to go to this like festival or whatever, this like after party nightclub type of thing. And I'm like, concert, dude, I got friends just like at the beach playing volleyball. Like, that sounds so nice.
Yeah. It's funny.
Just like chilling.
Grass is always fucking greener. Cause I'll be at the beach playing fucking kickball, looking at Kostas' stories thinking, fuck, dude, I wish I was there. It's funny, dude. It's funny how that works. So you just gotta count your blessings. Right?
Yeah. And you know what can help with that is trying to shoot something that's not like the main thing that you've been shooting. You know, I think like I can think of a time when in sports, specifically when I was at Oregon, I was like, dude, I literally never want to work in sports ever again. And I never want to make another sports video. I just hate this shit. I've done it 1,000 different ways. I've shot every fucking practice and known to mankind. I've done it every way, every lens. And then I got the opportunity to shoot a festival, and that spark reignited in me, and I made something really cool that I was proud of. And then I feel like, dude, that's the creativity is a fucking battle with yourself.
Yep.
Like a big battle with your inner self. It's not, and nobody fucking talks about it, because it's not like any other job in the world where I could just throw you in from 9 to 5 and you could fucking do the same shit every day.
Totally.
It's not like that at all. You know, you could roll in on Monday and I'm firing and I'm hot, and on Tuesday, dude, the juices just aren't flowing, and it's taking me forever to get 5 seconds done of a video. So you got to be aware of that. And I want to hear your guys' takes on just like shooting different shit.
Well, I think going off of that, like, I think another reason why I'm feeling almost just like burnt out a little bit is because since the shows are so similar, every show is just like a different city. I love shooting concerts. Like, I really have grown to be passionate about that kind of, you know, that kind of shooting. But I have desire to like shoot other artists, and like while I'm kind of like locked in with them for the time being, it's like the time I have off, I kind of want off. But I think eventually I'm gonna get to a point where like I'm gonna, you know, take a step back from like not being with them every single weekend, and you know, I don't know when that's gonna be, but I have desire to like shoot other genres of music. I'd love to shoot other DJs. Like, I think just changing it up. I think other artists, like I would shoot a rap concert or like an Odessa concert or a Rufus concert or a John Mayer concert, like way different than shooting a Loud Luxury concert. And I think that would re-spark my like my love for shooting this stuff. I think it's when things kind of start to feel
mundane,
just repetitive.
Yeah.
It's like it's hard to find that you know, that inspiration when you're doing the same shows and over and over.
Totally. Like, and for me, it doesn't even have to be, you don't even have to go out and shoot something different. Yeah. Like, I like, dude, I'll lose myself. I'll be like fucking shooting car stuff over and over and over. It's cool. I like it. I get excited. And then I'll just like dig deep into like just a quirky chase edit, I'm just like, I dig deep into After Effects and I connect my inner nerd again, and fuck, does it feel good, dude. It's just like fun to like be meticulous about something random. So it doesn't even have to be shooting. You can just open your computer, just like grab some stuff and try to make something weird or cool. You can also shoot your own stuff, which is interesting and like can really spark that. But like, I think it's so important to, if you get like, which I think happens a lot. Well, it's kind of Australian. Like once you get to a point, you usually do specialize, right?
Yeah.
And so like I've kind of like, we all kind of like concert, sports, cars, and it's good, and you get more bread that way a lot of the time when you're like, oh, I'm the car guy, I'm the concert guy, I'm the sports guy. But it's really important to just like, you know what, I want to shoot fucking, well, maybe I want to shoot a concert, you know, or like I want to make like a little.
Listen, man, you had your shot.
I know, dude.
Yeah,
I'm so sad.
shot.
And then I go to fucking Seattle for cars.
Dude, if you're good at shooting one thing though, I'm pretty damn confident you can cross over pretty easily.
It's cool because you shoot it differently than the rest of the fuckers.
Dude, that's the whole reason. Not the whole reason, but like that was one of the things they told me in my Lakers interview was that I was the travel guy. And they were like, dude, we just saw 97 hype videos every day of the week. And then you came in with hyperlapses and like fucking all this drone shit. And they were like, this is so different. And it has sports. So, you know, that's cool. That's what made me like stand out. And I think that's an interesting thing about like what we do that's really cool. I used to tell people to not pick a niche. I've changed my mind on that. If you really want to make big bread, you have to pick a niche. It's just how it goes. But what's sick is you do something for this long, we're all really good at what we do, and someone can come to you and be like, I love your vision for what you do for this. Can you do it for this?
Totally.
Which is sweet.
What I had never shot a car before the agency that I contract with told me to, which is crazy. I'd never done anything with cars. They were just like, I like how you edited that video because you edited this Genesis commercial. And I was like, okay, I guess. And then like, can you shoot a car? And I was like, oh, I can shoot landscapes. I can put a car in front of the landscape. You know what I mean?
Just use the car as a subject.
Yeah, the car is the subject. So it's funny because take a chance on yourself. If you know you can shoot something, you can probably shoot something else.
Totally.
Not always easy to pose people though. If you don't know how to pose people, dude, it's pretty fucking hard, dude. Shout out Hayden, dude. Hayden can do it like a motherfucker. I can do it if it's video, but posing a person for a picture.
Photo, I know. It's so hard.
I just say walk that way. Walk that way. That's what I do for car shit. Walk across the car, like maybe touch the car and go back. And then do that again and go back. It looks tight.
You just gotta say it with confidence.
Yeah, let's blast that photo I took of that. Actually, it looks kind of sick.
So funny.
Last thing I want to say regarding this is I've also noticed when my room is messy.
Oh yeah, dude.
I touched on this before, but like,
what are the things? If room, what are your things? You tell them.
Room, desktop, car.
There it is.
But like, no, but seriously, like if your living situation is messy and cluttered, it really fucks with like my mood. Like sometimes I'll be like so anxious. I'm like, I don't even have time to clean my room. But if you fucking clean your room, you're like, okay, my life's kind of organized. Like let's take a deep breath. Let's take a walk, light a candle. You know, like put on some fucking like spa music.
Cluttered. What is that? Cluttered space, cluttered brain, or something like that.
Cluttered space, cluttered mind.
Yeah,
there it is.
Like that.
We'll ride with that.
Yeah, we'll ride with that. I think that's a real thing. I really believe in that. Yeah.
And I think it's just it's a micro dub that gets you back in positivity. You know, it is, dude. Making the bed, like clean your room, micro dubs, and you get positivity.
You never heard that?
No, I love that.
You get positivity flowing. Micro dub, get positivity flowing back into life, and then you're gonna attract another dub.
Oh, another thing about the gym, and like this goes into mood, whatever. Like you gotta drink water.
Yeah.
Oh God, you gotta drink a lot of water.
This physician has just ingrained it into me. He's like, bro, like you take away everything else, right? Like you need water.
Hey, the solution to pollution is dilution. All right. If you got pollution in your body, you got to drink a lot of water, dilute that shit, dude. I want to keep talking about this, but I totally forgot a really funny part about Seattle that I will embarrassingly admit. And you know, talking about cars, you know, talking genres, but this is in my genre.
Okay.
So I get on set. First day on set, I'm pretty nervous. I like walk on set and people are like, "Oh, Chase, good to see you," whatever. The AD comes up to me, who I never met, comes up to me and he goes, "The gaffers are wondering what lights you want to light this car."
Tell the people what the gaffer dudes are.
Gaffers basically carry the lights. They also like set up the lights, and sometimes they'll give you suggestions on how they would light it. Not all the time. Our gaffer, John, was fucking the main one, Or I guess he was the key grip. Fucking rock, dude. Every time I kneeled down, he would slide like a boogie board under my knees so it wouldn't hurt. Every time. I was like, John, you don't have to do that, but it is really nice. But anyways, so he's like, the gaffers are wondering what lights you want to light up this car. And I'm familiar with like, the aperture lights. I know like...
Which they don't... Aperture lights you're probably never going to see.
They actually had one.
They had one?
On the main unit, they had one for an interior or something or other. It was a 600X.
There it is.
Why, there's like bigger dogs in these?
Yeah, so they're using... Most of the time on these films, it's using airy lights. It's just the standard of
airy
film.
Fresnel and like those
all these
kind
weird,
of shit.
You probably won't see... I mean, you're starting to see them now because like guys like us are getting into it and we were in the aperture systems, but yeah.
Yeah, so they have like airy sky panels, which I know those ones. I was like, we don't need those. Also, that's like so much to ask for B unit.
For B unit,
that'd be insane.
5 airy
and I'm looking
panels.
at like look into the grip truck, and I just see like the old, like the lights we had in Wisconsin, like the old ones that get really fucking hot. That's all they had. I don't really remember the names of those things, but I hear the DP of the actual unit, who's just like this suave British man. He's like 50 and he's just badass. And I heard him at one point be like, "Give me that 1K tungsten," like over there, like yelling at someone. So I was like, "Yeah, Reggie, just like give me a couple of those 1K tungstens, huh?" Because it's like that's the only thing I could think of. I didn't really know. And then they bring it over. It just looked great. Dude. It's the perfect light I could have picked, but I didn't fucking know. God, I was so stressed out. I was like, tungsten, that's warmer, right? Okay, yeah, like, that should work. Yeah,
that's so funny.
Oh, dude, it was so stressed.
But you guessed right.
Yeah, I guessed right. Well, I didn't really know what I wanted. I was pretty stressed out. But so there's the 1K, and 1K just refers to the wattage. That's just how bright it is. They can't dim it. It doesn't go up or down. It's just a 1K. And then there's a 10K, which is like this big probably, and that's just bright. It's 10 times brighter, but you can't dim it again. It's just refers to the wattage.
Bang, yeah.
And then there's the 100K, which is like fucking huge, and it's hotter than fucking Jesus, dude. If you're around that light, like it looks like the sun and it feels like the sun, dude. Honestly, the sun's probably just like 1,000K that some god put up there, dude.
Oh my god!
But it's pretty funny. I was just like, yeah, give me that fucking 1K tungsten, dog.
And when in doubt, you just gotta pretend like you know what you're doing.
Like we always talk about, fake it till you make it.
So, but now you know.
But now you know.
And
now I'm gonna use them all the time.
And you're never gonna mess it up.
They look really good, dude.
There it is.
They look great.
Maybe we'll cop a couple of them.
Yeah, it'll heat up the whole apartment, dude.
That's so funny, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the 505 Pod. If you have any questions, always DM us on IG. Hit that fucking subscribe button, and we'll see you guys all.
Fucking subscribe.
Were you gonna say follow?
No, I was gonna hit the follow button for more, and hit the fucking subscribe button. We'll see you guys all next time. Peace.